Hey guys, welcome back, Attack. I'm Skylant, and today we're going to be checking out a new MMORPG that's very much in the vein of classic action RPGs, like old action RPGs. So this is Linkrealms. It is, in my opinion, it seems pretty decent at what it's trying to do. It seems pretty good. There's even a map editor where you can actually create your own castles and stuff, because apparently, like, having your own, I believe it's like an instance sort of realm/island thing. It's pretty important to Linkrealms with, you know, having like guild territories and stuff like that. You can set up like a little base for a guild, like a little castle, and then you can craft and stuff in there. That's supposed to be kind of like, you know, where Linkrealms gets its name from. I do believe so. Now I'm going to show you the character creator. That's why we're not fully in the game yet, because you actually can't full screen. Yeah, as you see, that you can't actually full screen that, which is pretty awkward. There's going to be a lot of awkwardness because the game is very much in the vein of classic MMORPGs, for better or for worse. Most of the time, it's unintuitive. That's kind of part of the charm and magic, though, when we get into the game, and I'll kind of explain my reasoning for that. But for right now, just jumping into the game, it's not exactly the most. It's not the greatest first impression, honestly. So let's create a new character, even smaller screen that we still can't full screen. And this just like oozes 80s and 90s right here. So the name, I guess we'll Skylala. It doesn't matter. So we get different kind of body types. You get like wolf people, cheetah people, like demonish people, impy kind of looking. Not too many variations, though. I believe when you get into the game, you can actually purchase a couple more cosmetics. The faces, it doesn't really matter. It's a top-down game anyways, with pretty low graphic fidelity. So you're really not going to be able to see much at all. You can't really choose age or anything, and there's a very limited selection of hairstyles. So overall, right out of the gate, it's just, you know, another addition to the cons list of why it's not that great of a first impression. But I think you should probably stick with it and definitely try playing with a friend so that it kind of like, you know, bolsters your patience. You can also choose from beards and beard color, I guess, which is cute. And okay, well, and then we hit done. And that's it. We jump into, okay, so we have Skylant and Scarlaw. So I'm gonna jump into Skylant here. We're gonna log in. It should go full screen from here. So don't worry, the whole game doesn't just play in a window. But yeah, you definitely need to bolster your patience to play this game. Okay, so here we are in the UI. And as a first impression, I'm gonna have to sit here and talk about this because this is pretty jarring for a lot of new players. I understand that. Okay, so this black, I don't know if there's actually a function to this blackness here. But the way I use this is to help organize bags, because in this game, and this is kind of part of the better and worse thing. So the bags need to be organized. So let's hit the inventory. So here's our bag, but I think it's kind of cool. Okay, so we picked up our bag, and so we can put our bags over here. Now, whenever you kill something, also you're gonna have to drag like the corpse, and you have to drag and drop the meat from the corpse and stuff like that over there. So we just have our sword right now, and yeah, it is click to move. You gotta right click to move. And here's the animations, here's the graphics. It is 2D graphics with an imposed 3D model here. I mean, it doesn't look horrible. There's actually sort of like this charm and mystery and darkness to the game that I kind of like. Like, these graphics aren't bad. In fact, another game that's kind of similar to this is Wild Terra, which uses a similar sort of like look to the game. And I think it's something that could resurge and come back, especially if you were going to do it on mobile devices. This game, as far as I know, is not on mobile devices. But anyways, let's talk about the inventory a little bit further. So you have to actually organize things. It's really important to be organized because sometimes you might need something like immediately. So we got some meat. Oh yeah, and here's a bag. This is pretty interesting. You actually have a bag. Let's open up the bag. So you have bags within bags, and you have to organize those things. So if you want to have a bag just for loot, keep it open. Whenever you kill something, drag and drop the loot over there. Okay, on the right here, we have a couple of, here's our paper doll. If you guys don't know, whenever in game design and in old action RPGs, this is called a paper doll. This is your inventory screen, and it's just called paper doll. Though, because they call it paper doll, instead of saying like items or hero or character, it's like a little bit unintuitive for people who don't know. So anyways, it's called a paper doll because it's in the shape of a person, and it's whatever, dude. I think tabletop games called it that first. Anyways, and then you also have peace, toggle to war. This is your battle mode. You need to turn on battle mode to actually do battle. And then we also have battle tactics. I'm not exactly sure what this does. We have parry, weak link, and precision. We're gonna go with precision. Note, speech that begins with an asterisk, blah, 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 blah. Okay. And then we also have our clairvoyance. I'm not sure what this does exactly. This wasn't explained at all in the tutorial. And many things about this game, because it is kind of like a sandboxy game, many aspects of this game is just not going to be explained. Like, you're going to have to go on forums and stuff to learn. And so this game already doesn't lend itself very well to first impressions. But that's why we're doing this video, so that we can kind of get that awkwardness out of the way so that you can truly enjoy the game. Okay, so and then we have this, which honestly, I don't exactly know what this is either. I think it might be some sort of like form of progression. It seems interesting. I don't know. Harvest souls. I think that's an ability I have. I think, is this like the time of the seasons? Honestly, I don't freaking know what that, I don't know. There's so many things that I just simply don't know about the game. But this isn't a full review, and this isn't like a guided preview either, so it's non-biased and everything. Well, I mean, it's biased in the sense that I'm kind of giving you my opinions, but these aren't reviews, guys. They're first impressions. I'm trying to show off the game as far as I can and give you my assumptions about the game, you know? So I just want to clarify. Anyway, so let's go to the item store. You can purchase items. They look cosmetic, I think. I don't know. It's not very clear. And let's talk about this, the UI design, and that's something that I can kind of review as a first impressions, is the overall user experience. Look at this. This looks like 1990. Like, that's what it looks like. Normally in games I'd be like, oh, this looks like shit, but like, that's kind of the point of Linkrealms, is that it's homage. It's an homage to old action RPGs. However, it's an MMO though. In saying that though, it doesn't seem like there's too much story with the game, so it's really kind of light on the storytelling, but there's still so many RPG elements, as you saw with like this spiritualism tab, and there is let's see the progression. I want to show you guys the progression. Oh, here's the map. Oh yeah, you can also slide your map right over. Wait, let me put it over here. Drag and drop the UI element. Come on. Oh, there we go. Drag and drop it right over there, and you can kind of see where to go. We have a bank, a blacksmith, and all that good stuff. We're like minutes into this, and we haven't really done any combat. I'll show you the combat, though, because that's a make or break for some people, depending on how mechanical it is. Now, with the graphics and everything, it does look kind of clunky. It does play kind of chunky. And if you want to go to another part of the map, because it is instance, kind of similar to older action RPGs, and maybe something like Albion Online, it's not a fully giant open world. There are instances, so all you got to do is look for like this sort of black path, and just kind of wander into it, and it'll load you right there. Other players can attack you now. Okay, so it is open world PvP game. I forgot to mention that. There are different zones though, where it's safer and not as safe. So some zones you can die, and you won't lose as many items, or you won't lose any items, and some zones you will lose everything. So it's safer for PvE and PvP, or more dangerous. So here we are walking, walkity walk. I'm gonna try to fight something so I can show you the combat. Now, the game is actually pretty difficult, I think, from what I've seen. You start out with basically nothing. Like, you get no spectacular skills whatsoever. But later on, it seems like there's actually some pretty cool skills, and you get some pets and stuff. At least that's what the trailer showed. And also, the dungeons are open world, and loot can be stolen. So it's a hardcore MMORPG. It's not for Care Bears. And it very much appeals to nostalgic players. Oh, what is this? Is this a key? Looks like somebody dropped a key, so let's try to pick up this key. I'm trying to pick up I think it looks like a key. Is it not? Yeah, double click to use. Do not have permission to use this secure item. So maybe it was somebody's quest item and they dropped it or something like that. I have no idea. Anyway, so we're wandering around here. This looks like this might be an area. So let's go walk into here maybe. Yep, there we go. So yeah, I do like that there's a little bit of mystery. Like the game doesn't hold your hand, and it is very nostalgic for me personally, because here's an enemy. Let's try to find him. Let's see what happens. I did play an old action RPG called Gorasul, and some of you might be nostalgic for Baldur's Gate, maybe the earlier Diablos. So I'm trying to, I'm in peace. Freak. Hold on, I'm in peace. Let's gotta go to war. And now, just kidding, we're dead. Okay, so the life bar is down here. You couldn't really see it, and I died. We do have mana, and we do have some other resource bars and stamina. Okay, so whenever you die, anyways, the combat is kind of standstill. But whenever you die, you have to go and find a resurrection place. It's just like World of Warcraft. So let's see if we can find one. We have to go here, or I think there is a double click this. I think there is a way to resurrect. Can we resurrect immediately with the item? There might be items to resurrect immediately, but anyways. So we gotta leave. Here we go, let's leave, and we basically gotta wander all the way back. And in this time, it gives me, time to explain kind of how I feel about the game right now. I think it's really marketed toward a very niche audience. And in saying that, if you like playing MMOs that are gonna have very limited communities, but very hardcore communities, this is gonna be one of those games. However, if you like playing MMOs because you like feeling like it's a massively multiplayer online game, you won't get that feeling with this game. It really feels more like an online action RPG, but it does have MMO elements. So, it is open world and all that good stuff. it's not completely actually instance-based, like Path of Exile, like where you can only see players, you know, in the towns and you have to co-op. So no, it is competitive. There's PvP and all the good stuff. So when you start out, you get a wand or a staff or a sword. I'm using the sword, and we're pretty hurt here. Actually, let's go back to our inventory. To heal, you eat things, and it looks like we actually see our inventory is we have a little bit less. In that area, it wasn't a safe zone, so we actually died and we lost things. So yeah, that's that. You need to eat food to heal and stuff. However, there is a cooldown on it, so you can't just spam freaking swordfishes like I don't know, like RuneScape. Okay. However, I do think, okay, so here's some ghosts. I killed some ghosts before. I think I can handle the ghosts. However, as you see, the aggro range is actually pretty freaking big. So let's see if we can actually run away. I want to try to kill something. All right. Yeah, let's kill these things. Battle tactics level 5. So I'm trying to hit these things. So you can, it seems like you can move and attack at the same time, sort of, as long as you're near them. I'm not exactly sure how mechanically it works because, as you can see, you can't really see the animation of the character. It's kind of wonky. It's kind of silly. Now, we're kind of low on life. Actually, we might die here. It's very possible. We still might die. However, this is a safe zone, so we should be good. Actually, I wonder if that creature shouldn't have just healed. Here, just click on this thing. There we go. Severing level 7. So you do level up things individually, I think, from depending on how you spec your character. I think the classic RuneScape had a system like this, depending on your attack stance. And I think this game is somewhat similar too, because of the battle tactics. Like, depending on, I think, I mean, that's how RuneScape was. So I'm just making a lot of assumptions here. All right, let's move in. Oh, here's a dungeon, I believe. Yeah, you go in there and there's a more dangerous area. There we go. So we have this thing targeted. Let's see. I'll have to keep clicking it. Yeah, so to move and to attack, it's kind of the same. So here's the attack animations, but when you're moving and stuff, it doesn't really, yeah, it doesn't really look that good. Anyway, so the UI looks really old. Like, this game looks like it could have came out in 1990. If it came out in 1990, it probably would have been a freaking amazing game, right? But nowadays, it is absolutely niche and marketed toward that niche, that nook of the gaming community. However, if you're seeing this and it looks super exciting, well, then good for you. But to me personally, I don't know how I feel about it. I'm surprised that I like it, because normally I like very modern games, and I'm just surprised that I actually think I could play this if I had some friends to play with me. I think it could be pretty good. I would like to see a couple of updates to make the game a little bit more user-friendly, though of course I could always just go on the forums and learn how to actually play. I do like the hardcoreness though, and this is a genre that I really enjoy. I like Albion Online. I think Wild Terra might also have some potential. There's a couple of other games coming out too. There's some sandboxy kind of like, you know, hardcore Ultima Online-esque games. Also, isn't there an Ultima Online game coming out, guys? I thought I remember hearing it, but it wasn't looking that good. Maybe it got canceled. I don't know. There's also Pathfinder Online coming out, though I think that's getting pretty mixed reviews at the moment. I believe so. But anyways, so this is pretty much all I can show you of the game so far. This is just a first impression. It's a little bit awkward getting started. It really is. But if you've played these old school RPGs and you want to play like an MMO version of very much an exact version of like an old RPG, then you might have some fun with this game. But that's pretty much all I can say about it. I'm not very versed in this sort of, honestly, in this genre at all. So I just wanted to show it off. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Skylant with Attack Gaming, and this was Linkrealms. If it looks good, then I hope you have fun. And I'll see you again next time. Welcome back, Attack. Today we're going to be talking about the top 10 free-to-play MMOs for this year, for 2015. And I think across all the genres for free-to-plays, we've seen so much innovation in MOBAs, in MMOs, in like card games. We've seen so many new things this past year, and hopefully, maybe, probably so, 2015 is going to be just as exciting. This is our